Shout out to our sponsors at IconBet. Open source, decentralized gaming, no deposits, play straight from your wallet. IconBet, made by the players, for the players. Ion Icon is proudly supported by Icon Nation and the Icon community. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Ion Icon, the episode where we go around the ecosystem and bring you all the latest and greatest news. And with me today is an iconographer. He's got something going on and he could not make today's news update. But you know what? Last second, I hounded Bearish Bull, who is a community member on the Icon Discord, and dropped some amazing TA. And I thought, hey man, come on the show, really need you. What a perfect time. Markets are doom and gloom. Someone who knows what they're talking about, apart from me and Iconographer, kind of just winging it all the time during our market updates. So, Bearish Bull, welcome to the show, man. How are you?
I'm beautiful. I'm glad to be here, man. Thank you for having me. I'm glad to help last minute. I'm glad to fill in.
Yeah, no, look, I'm so happy to have you on. What we're going to do today is we're going to be a little bit different. We're going to start with our market update, and that will just be Bearish Bull dropping some serious TA alpha. And then I'm going to quickly go through some news, and then again, Bearish Bull will come in with another chart, and then I'll quickly get through more news and just the same pattern until we finish up. It'll probably be a quicker show than normal, but it will be a fun show. I'm excited. I'm actually personally going to learn a lot because I had a confession moment with Bearish Bull where in the Icon Discord, I've actually asked him for his TA, and he's given these awesome breakdowns, and then I've kind of gone, oh, what do you mean by a lot of what you're saying? And he's explained it to me. However, after that, I was embarrassed to ask any more questions. I was like, thank you. So today, I'm going to get him to break down some of the terminologies he uses and gives explanations of what they mean, so that hopefully the TA and breakdowns he gives is resonates with everyone listening as well. So, you know what, Bearish Bull, let me throw over to you. I'm sharing your screen, and what are we looking at? What's the first market update we're looking at today?
We're looking at Bitcoin right now. The style that I'm trading is TPO. Uh, it's
Yeah.
time. It stands for time price opportunity. Basically, it's just utilizing volume. What we're looking at right now is the TPO profile. I'm kind of like highlighting around it.
Yep.
So this is what profiles usually look like. Right now, we're looking at the selling tail right here and the buying tail. The inside of it is going to be value area, and we can see that this last TPO profile, we have price action moving all throughout value area, and then we have some more, and then we come out of value up here. We create some single prints, and we have some huge rejection. I'm also tracking Bitcoin through this channel, this trading channel. You
Yep.
can see that price action respects it. We have some rejection down here. We have entrance into it, and we trade along with it along the halfway mark. We get some rejection up here, and price action respects it. But this is what I'm looking at, and this is how I'm interpreting price action.
So you mentioned single prints. What are they again?
Single prints is thin areas of the TPO profile. Usually, TPO profile has the way it's set up is in blocks. I don't know if you can kind of let me see if I
I
can
can
zoom
see
in a
the
little bit.
blocks a little bit. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So one block would stacked, one block would be a single print. What this is usually some violent moves, usually a big sell off or a big
Mm.
buy. And what's happening is the volume's really thin whenever we have these big moves. Uh, TPO, when you're looking at it, the profile likes to fill in these single prints. So how I'm looking at the chart is I'm looking at where the single prints are, the buying and selling tails, and where the value is, and seeing if we're going to test the single prints to the upside or test the single prints to the downside.
Okay, so cool. So now when we're looking at BTC, what are we seeing? We're seeing, I can see it's clearly broken out of the channel. Not good.
Yeah, usually I'm looking at the 30-minute chart. We're looking at the daily right now, so you'll see like some of these smaller boxes of single prints that you don't have to really worry about that. But while you were talking, I was identifying the single prints that we have on this profile right here. Uh, we have single prints that we already traded through here, and we also have.
Oh, I lost you.
Hello, hello.
Oh, you're back. Excellent.
Okay. I guess I cut out.
Yeah, but yeah, all good. So, oh,
Oh, what I'm looking at is the break of this channel, and seeing how it reacted to these single prints. We broke these, we ran them, and right now in real time when we're talking, we kind of filled these singles. This was by itself. We filled in with another block on the right hand side,
so this
and
is
so
this is around the 56,000 mark.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
56.4 to be exact. 56.433. Uh how I'm looking at price action when it heads to these singles, usually it likes to just kind of run down. Um what we're looking at right now, it's looking like the TPO profile may trade within this value area. Let me zoom out a little bit. I call these yellow boxes, these yellow rectangles, value areas because if you look at this previous price action, you can see this CPO profile, this profile. You can see this profile. It lines up with value. So, and a lot of price action too. So that's how I'm looking at these yellow boxes. And when I'm looking at our move right here, when we broke out of our channel, we broke our bullish trend, and now we're trading within this value area. Um, I could see us kind of like consolidating in here and getting enough strength to test this bullish trend again.
So that value area is between 58,000 and 54,000.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So
It's
what?
labeled as balanced top and balanced bottom.
Okay. Okay. So based on, yep. Okay. So looking at it, we've broken the trend, and we should, well, if there's more downside, that people on chainers have been saying 53, etc. A lot of people have been calling, and even from your point of view, yes, it could go as low as, well, 54.
Yeah,
Um,
54 is the bottom that I'm looking at, just
yeah.
because it lies within this value area. But I'm also like I said, I'm looking at the 30-minute chart and looking at the TPO profiles on the 30-minute chart, and it kind of gives me a better idea of what price action is doing on a smaller time frame. And
Okay.
I use that to my advantage whenever I'm trading.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. I think that's so overall BTC is still bearish from the for the next day perspective, but at the moment, considering we've dropped from 65 all the way to 56 or something like that, the downside should be hopefully minimal, around to down to 54 worst case. So have I oversimplified that, or have I completely screwed up the
No, no,
data?
no, you're spot on. You're spot on. Right here, I just wanted to go into the 30-minute time frame. I know
Hmm.
not a lot of people are going to be using this, but I just want to give you an idea. When you go to the 30-minute time frame, the TPO profiles are broken down by session. Um, you got the Asia session, London session, CME, and after hours. Uh, right now, we just opened up with the Asia session. We are in E period. So, it starts right here and then it kind of goes on. This is what I mean when I'm getting idea of how I'm interpreting price within the smaller time frames. I'll look at the value area and see how it's reacting with the single prints, and I get a better idea. Uh, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to break it down a little bit more. We can look at another pair if you like, or I'll let you go
Yeah,
ahead and
so
take
I'll
reins.
jump in. We'll do a bit of news. I reckon pull up ICX obviously next.
Oh yeah,
But in
oh yeah.
your 30 minute, just while we're on BTC, what is your, so looking at how you interpret the charts? Because I'm going to be still honest, I'm getting little bits and pieces, but a lot of it is still going over my head. So, but what are you seeing in your 30 minute analysis? Are you thinking we're in for a bit of a bounce here, or?
So I can't. Let me see. I'll go back to the daily so I can adjust the single print. Go ahead and just delete that, and we
I'm
go
making you
back.
really work on your first show.
No worries, no worries. Okay, so right here, we're looking at the 30-minute, and we're looking at the profile for the Asia session. The different tools that I use besides TPO is a volume profile and some moving averages and a VWAP. You can see right here. These
Yep.
are the indicators that I'm using. Um, when I'm looking at this 30-minute, I'll look at the volume profile. This is the volume profile. It's kind of small because it's just getting set up for the session. But whenever the session is over, it'll usually look like this right here.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah,
how I'm looking at it's kind of like the TPO profile. You got thin areas and you got the thick areas where it spikes out. And usually when you see it spike out, it's usually a big buy or a big sell,
yeah.
big buying volume or big selling volume. Oops, let's go back to there. Okay, so how I'm looking at it right now, how we're setting up with this session. Uh, we had some, we had one single print and we kind of tested it, and we had some jumping back up. These lines are levels that I'm tracking, that I've been tracking.
Yeah. So this is currently we're talking at that 56,000, 57,000 range.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I can see us kind of trading in here, gathering up enough strength to test this 57.6.
Yeah.
And this is on the daily time frame. This was the single prints. In on the 30-minute time frame, it looks a lot bigger than you know than what it is on the daily.
Yeah.
But I could see us testing these single prints and maybe trading in here and making our way up out of this value area at 58. Well, eventually, but yeah, this is a bullish outlook, a bearish outlook. We have all this area that
Mm.
is not tracked, and it's not tracked because there's probably some single prints that are way I can't I'm not going to pull it up because it'll take some time to scroll back, but
Yeah.
we'll have some single prints that just probably ran through this area. If we head below 56 44 6, this level right here,
Yep.
I can see us testing this 54.
Okay. Okay. Yep. Yep. So yep. So that's actually good info. Very good. So we really want this current small bounce to kind of hold and get a bit of volume through it to push up, and then hopefully we range. If not, yep, that 56 drop. The next step is down to that 54 area. Cool. I think that's a good BTC overview. I'm gonna now start covering some news, and what I'll do is stop your screen share, and you get ICX. I know everyone's keen to hear all about ICX.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
All
so
right.
news. Let's see. What have I got? It's got my screen share going on, and first things first. Foundation news. Icon 2.0. Now, a lot of this week will probably be a bit of a rehash. We saw with TJ, he actually went on the same channel that I recall Scott was on recently, Bazinga, and he was on there. A full confession, I haven't watched this. However, it's great to have more people from the foundation getting out there on big channels and talking. Especially this one was all around Icon 2.0. If you have listened to it, jump on the channel and put some comments so that everyone listening is educated. Then next up, we have now Bearish Bull. You have any insights? Feel free to drop some knowledge on the news if you like.
Oh, yes, sir.
Um,
Yes,
Otherwise,
sir.
I'll
Yes,
just
sir.
keep rolling through the news. Next up, as usual, we have balance. Now, there's a couple of things that have been voted on. First things, this is a good one. This team is proposing building to track your DeFi returns on the Balance network. We've mentioned this a few times. I actually have yeah, this is the actual proposal. So they've come to the DAO to request for funding, which is awesome and exactly what we want to see. Personally, I voted yes. Everyone's voting yes, which is great to see. And overall, this is what we want to see. So if you're a builder out there and you have ideas to build on top of balanced anything, please make sure you're coming in and floating your ideas in the forums, and then looking to get funding to build. We want that, and you'll probably get funding for it. So come on down. Uh, Next up, we have BIP 13. So this was now an adjustment again to the way balance is allocated, and you can see the main changes roughly around all the stable coins. They've gone from, um, uh, well, you can see it here. RUSD, USDC to BNUSD has moved from 1.5 to 2.5, and RUSDT has moved from 3% to 0.5, and USDS has moved from 0.5 to 2%. So there was a rationale behind this. I can't remember what it was, but I do remember Brian talking about it and putting this up for vote, which is good. It's passed. Next up, keeping on balance, we'll get through all the balance news and then we'll jump on to the next chart. Um, we have Scott. Obviously, there's a lot of features getting rolled out this month for balance. One is transaction routing. So, one feature down, two to go, he says. Transaction routing and rewards will launch soon. So, um, what is it that he's done? They've BIP 6 now. Which one was BIP 6 again? I have to look for it. But soon we should have. I don't know. Remember the rewards will be where you do not get it for every pair. It will all get rolled into balance, so that's huge. And I'm hoping to see, hopefully, a bit of that buy pressure have an impact on the balance token. Um, let's see what comes off it. Next up, oh, okay, actually, I lied. Let's cover this news now. You've heard, we've covered it, RFOX, Metaverse, Vault, you name it. It was great to see Coin Telegraph put on this big article announcing the partnership. Great news for more eyes on RFOX and Icon as well. So this was cool to see done. Now, as you can see, I'm really skimming through the news. So let's head back over to TA man, Bearish Bull. What have you got for us?
We're looking at ICX, their chart right now. And as you can see, I like these trading channels. I really do. They it has they really have price action. Respect them, especially the middle of them. Uh, we call it half back, the halfway point of the channel. So we're just looking at how this channel is tracking price action, and now we're kind of going to look at what we're doing right now on the daily.
Mhm.
We opened up and we bounced off of this 206,
Yeah,
$2.06. On the 30-minute, we've been tracking this as a bottom. Um, it was a bottom originally, but Bitcoin started bleeding some more,
yeah.
and we kind of bottomed out around this area right here, which would be $2, 201. Um, we jumped off this, which would be the value area, from how we were
And
talking about before.
and what we want to happen, right? That is the spot you kind of want to see a bounce happen.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir. Yes, sir. And it just shows strong support.
yeah.
And now we are trading between this daily level and this hourly level, 213 and 206.
Okay.
We have single prints to the downside. I don't think we will test these single prints because of this strong support value area.
So now, when you say again, this is where everyone will realize just how dumb I am. Single prints, that area you've marked is where it's low buy orders. Is that what it's implying? So if it hits there, you expect it to drop that range quite
It's
quickly.
It's low volume. So
Yeah,
there's not, yes, I guess you could say low buy orders, but it's low volume. And usually when you have low volume on a chart,
yeah,
price likes to fill in where that is.
yeah,
The way I think about this is auction market theory. It goes more into depth about how the market actually works. And I don't want to talk about it right now because I'll sound silly
no,
and I'll make myself sound silly. But that's kind of what I'm usually referring to is uh low volume, and whenever we have low volume, uh price price action tends to kind of feel this, kind of
yeah,
test it.
yeah. Yeah. So if it hits there, basically that area that you've identified, it
Hmm.
would drop through that quite quickly because there's
Yes,
low
sir.
volume. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Cool. Cool.
That's what we call running the stops.
Yeah.
um I'm zooming in to our 30-minute chart. We do have some single prints to the downside, to the upside, and to the upside, and we are trading between these two major value areas.
Yeah.
What I want to see is you can see I have some levels set up here. It's a bunch of levels. Don't really mind the white lines. The darker colors are usually the more stronger support resistance. So, and you can see over here I have daily, and they're identified. But I want to see us bounce off of this 206, and we're kind of doing that, and kind
Yeah.
of we're trading out of value right here. I don't know if you can see. The blue area is value, and the gray area is out of value on the profile.
So,
We're
and
trading.
what when you say value and out of value, what do they represent?
They represent where the most volume is,
Okay.
and where it's trading at that level. And so whenever we're down here, we don't have a lot of volume, but it's dynamic, so it can change in time. You know what I mean? It's
Okay.
not set in stone.
So, and the up portion in this instance, if we get a solid green candle and it hits that blue area, would that imply because there's a lot of volume resistance volume, or volume just a lot of
We can
trading volume?
Yeah, a lot of trading volume. So
Okay.
we can look at it as support. So once we get into value, which we would call this value area low, VAL.
Yeah.
Once we get in there, we can know that we'll make our way uh, to value area higher, kind of consolidate for a little bit.
Okay.
When I was telling you about the tools earlier, I look at the VWAP, I look at the 50 moving average and the 200 moving average. Right here is the VWAP, the session VWAP. What I would like to see is us make our way to this 209, and we'll test this VWAP. Usually,
A bearish bull. Everyone's thinking this. VWAP. What is that?
volume weighted average price.
Okay.
Um, So it's kind of like a moving average, but I don't know exactly how, like, the in and outs of how it works. I just track it.
Yeah. Yeah. No. No. I just want to. Yep. That's perfect. Cool.
But yeah, I would like to see us kind of test this VWAP and get above it, use it as support, trade in value, and test this daily. Well, right now it's resistance. You can see right here we kind of broke it, and we just kind of been
Mm.
trading under it. But once we if we can get above this, we will get above the 50 MA, and we can start testing these single prints and make our way back into this 230 value area. This
So,
area up here.
the single print. So, for example, the top single prints is it's almost like an unknown whether it could just fly through it because there's low volume,
Yes, sir.
or because there's nothing going on. It may just like at the bottom. I can see a single print at the bottom. It's clearly just uh, bought through. So buyers have
Yes,
stepped
sir.
in they've won that kind of match. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So usually, yeah, what I said earlier, running these stops, usually when it tests the single prints, it just busts right through. It's kind of cool to look at in real time. It
Okay.
kind of
Yeah. Yeah.
is.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Look, if anyone's listening to the podcast, I do apologize. Maybe this news isn't the charts. It's a bit probably harder to follow, but trying to give some areas. So what we're saying based on bearish bulls analysis on the dailies, we're looking at a bottom off at the moment $2.06. Is it or $2.02?
uh, $2.02 was when it bottomed out for the daily candle yesterday, and we just opened this new candle, which
Yeah.
is the Asia session, and we opened up at like 205, 206,
Hmm.
which was the area we were tracking on the 30-minute. Right now, we're looking at the daily chart.
Yeah. Yeah, and hopefully, if we can, we're hoping for it to range. What is your bearish build for this to be? Look, honestly, for when it comes to ICX, we want the best, right? So, what's your positive outlook in this scenario? What do we want to see happen?
I want to see us. I want to see us hold this 201.
Yeah,
Kind of bounce and consolidate, gather some strength, test this 213, And like when we zoomed in on the 30-minute chart, you can see we have the moving average down there and the VWAP down there. It
Yeah.
would push us into those single prints, and we would, like I said, test this 231. Once we
Okay.
test this 231, it'll bring us in value. That's usually a strong play. We can use that as support and
Yeah.
gather our way back into this trading channel.
Yeah.
And
That's what
the
we
trading
want. The
channel will
trading
take
channel.
us. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Cool. And then the doomsday scenario, as in not doomsday, bad scenario is if we lose that 201, um, we then have a range of from 201 all the way down to 174.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay.
Spot on.
Okay.
You got it.
Look at this. Trading pro. Uh, cool. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you get the RFOX chart ready next?
Yes,
Let's take a
sir.
look at what RFOX is doing, and I will continue on with the news.
You got it. You got it.
Okay, we're back. So we've talked about our Fox. Ooh, now this is a good one. Our favorite iconist Hishoshi. He's released a video covering Ohm and Balanced, which is fantastic. As you can see, I have it up here. His videos are high production value, which is fantastic. He's also in general, like what I like about him, he is knowledgeable and technical as well. So where he's able to give a lot of great explanations on how things work. I, again, full confession, haven't watched this, but for anyone getting started with Ohm or Balanced, this is a go-to video. We can see he's got a huge subscriber count as well, which is great. Next up, we have yes, let's move on to Ohm. So night mode is coming. Apparently, Bearish Bull night mode is all the rage, and people are excited by this. So am I.
I
But
logged in and I saw it. I saw it active. I didn't even have to
oh, did
switch
you?
anything. It was
Oh,
already there for me. I love it. I love night mode, and it's just the interface looks so much more cleaner. It's just
okay.
something so simple, just so big.
Yeah, and I hear people say it all the time. So, what's actually got me excited is this the new charts they're putting for markets, where you can see the APY.
I was not aware of that. That is nice. That is
Yeah,
very
it should be
nice.
good. It should be good. Um, okay, that's so we're expecting that update. What else have we got? Oh, Home News was very light. Great. Next thing now. Look, I tweeted out about this. Living Room of Satoshi. This is kind of a big thing in Australia. They've been around, fully licensed. It's just a way for you to spend your crypto. Apparently, Icon's been on here for months. No one knew. So, kudos to whoever found it. Oh, actually, Alton DevShack. He messaged me a pic of this. I was like, oh well, we got to spread the news, and it's a big thing. Remember, one of the call outs I always make, and when we talk around the ecosystem, for we saw Balanced and things like that. They didn't get listed on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, and one of the conversations with Scott was, well, it hasn't been listed because they have to do a lot of back end work to accept our APIs or whatever the technical jargon is there. But anything that's built on, say, ETH or some of those other chains, if they're already integrated, it's literally a click of a button and the new tokens get listed. That's why we saw such a period of time pass before Balance and a few other tokens got noted. Now, Living Room of Satoshi, same deal. And, Traveler, if that comes to fruition, once we get Icon, ICX integrated, then we can start pushing some of our stable coins, especially once our stable coins have met consistently stable. So once that happens, so this is a great step and quite excited to use it. Although, to several people's point, why would I want to spend my ETH, BTC, ICX? You're right, wouldn't. But what I'd like to see happen from here is BNUSD is noted, and I will spend my BNUSD. So exciting times.
I saw you repost that, and I was actually amazed. I was like, oh wow, that's looking like mass adoption.
Yeah, yeah, and this is a big protocol here. Like it's been around for years. I think since 2017. Like back then, before the big bull market. So, well, that's the one I got involved in, right? So for me, it's a big bull market. Okay, so I'll keep rolling. Icon Fi. So, I haven't even read this tweet, but we can see that. the rewards have been distributed around their Squid Games, and shows how knowledgeable it's still on my to watch list. But it's great to see there were some delays, and now they've announced the winners, so that's great to see. Um, Iconfi again with another update around Taproot. So they had disabled deposits for BTC, as everyone knows. BTC had this big upgrade happen, so they have said, well, it's active now, so you can start sending your BTC to Iconfi to earn that sweet interest. Um, what I may do now is let's come back to you, Bearish Bull. We'll get you to throw down one more chart, and then I'll finish off the news run.
Beautiful.
Okay, what are we looking at? The dailies?
Yes, we are looking at the daily. I don't know. Did you want to do ETH or did you want to do RFOX?
No, let's do RFOX. Maybe we'll
Okay.
close it out with an ETH.
Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. No, no pressure. I know you're spot on time, so no worries at all. Right now we're looking at RFOX, looking at the all-time high and the cycle bottom. We're looking at this value area. It's labeled by value. It is a value area because honestly because we have a lot of price action in there.
Hmm.
And we have this TPO profile value and then this value here. We have some value that comes down here, but there's not too much price action
So,
right here.
so that massive value area that Bearish Bull is talking about is between 32 cents to 22 cents.
Yes, sir. So to be exact, it would be 33 cents and yep, 22 cents.
Yeah.
Spot on. So right now we are looking at this profile get set up. There's a lot of price action here, so we're not gonna. And this is I think the exchange that they're using is KuCoin for this, so there's not going to be a as much data as I would like, because it doesn't take all exchange volume into play. But what we're looking at is basically seeing how it's reacting to these levels that I set up and to the TPO profile. We can see we're trading in value. We jump off the point of control. Point of control is just the middle of it. Usually, it is the middle of the profile, and it's a strong point. If we get over the point of control, we can use it as support. We bounce off the point of control, and we're kind of just ranging right now. I could see us if we could hold above this 14 cents. I could see us, testing this 15 cents and then maybe testing these single prints. Let's throw it back, throw it down into the 30-minute. My bread and butter. You can see I have some single prints here from last time. The TPO profiles are loading up. There's single prints right here. So with this new TPO profile setting up for like the short term, I could see us, holding this 14 cents. The VWAP is lined up right here. We have the 200 MA, the weekly VWAP, which is this red one, and then the 50 MA. If we can gather enough strength to test this area, we'll definitely shatter this 15 resistance and kind of trade within value right here in this area. So it would be 17 cents to 15 cents. But this is what I'm looking at in a short term move, just holding 14 cents, gathering strength to get to these moving averages and these VWAPs.
Yeah.
Let's
And
go back to
and
the daily.
and then we can see clearly if we hit that 18 cents, it's Moon Island, right?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got single prints just running, and then we got some more single prints up there. Well, not single prints, value area up there. So if we can bust into the value area up here, well,
Yeah.
it's definitely a good support. Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely good support.
And I guess though one thing as well, as long as BTC, the first chart you talk through, it holds that range. We don't fall through. So BTC behaves, then um, I guess the others will. But I thought, it's not
Yeah,
behaving.
yeah. Bitcoin is ideally, like I said, let's go down a 30-minute, just real quick. I want to see us hold this 56,446, 56,446. I really, really want to see us hold it. This profile is wonky. Usually, a healthy profile looks not something like this. It has like a bigger buying tail and the
Yeah.
selling tail. Look at this, how this profile's getting set up. We're one time framing down, and that's just each period time framing down, and that's kind of a bearish outlook.
Mm.
I like I said, I want to see us hold this 56.446 and maybe get a bounce to test this point of control, get it beneath us, and then trade back in value.
Yeah. Okay, me too. Okay. Well, let's cool. Okay. I think that's great. I'm gonna go back to the news.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's see. What do we got? Oh, I wanted
That's
to come
hilarious.
back to this one. Okay, so now this was really cool, and I wanted to bring it to light. So, Spartan Node are going carbon neutral going forward for their node, and they put out a tweet, and they're set up their from their server via TerraPass, which is so basically, for me, it was cool to see because you got the whole Bitcoin thing argument using a lot of power. So proof of stake, yes, that'll save the day, but then ultimately, how's proof of stake, the nodes and stuff being powered? So this was cool to see, and this is where I've understood it is they've gone carbon neutral, and they kind of put it out there to the community. They'd like to see more P reps look into this and actually move to this kind of a solution. That way, Icon could kind of take on the handle that they're running the network completely carbon neutral and all these other cool things. So totally, this resonated with me well, and I thought I'd share this to the wider community. So if you feel passionately about this, ask your peer reps what steps they can start taking to put this into action.
Nice.
Next up, okay, so look, IAM, our favorite, one of our other favorite P reps that operate kind of like an index fund for the Icon ecosystem. They've started to offer, if you voted for them, so you have to vote for them normally out of balanced and ohm, stake at least one ICX to that PREP. And then if you have ohm tokens, you can go in there and distribute your votes with the ohm tokens you have staked. And so you can then kind of distribute votes to IAM, and you would get, a portion of those rewards as they get the delegation, as they pass on normally. Because at the moment, if you were to just vote for them out of DeFi, you would get your normal staking rewards, and then they pass on up to 50%, I believe, or depending on what you're holding as a
Mhm.
IAM token. Now, they've also added, so if you've gone through Ohm and delegated, you will also benefit from that and actually get those rewards passed back to you. So, which is cool because they're the first P rep doing it. But one thing I will say, remember, this is their model, right? They designed an index fund, they distributed the IAM tokens, they've had several sales around it. So part of that is holding, and you get rewarded for it. So this is their particular node model and how they operate their um, P rep team. So, but it's cool to see that happening.
Hey Fez, quick
Yes.
question. I don't know if this is an ignorant question or not, but have you ever thought about becoming a P rep?
No, I haven't. I honestly, I wouldn't know where to start, and so, um, and I actually enjoy with being with Rhizome because I work with
I hear you.
Andrew and a few others.
Yeah,
So,
that makes sense. That makes
but
sense.
yeah, look, I've thought in the back of my mind, Iron Icon would be a great
Yeah.
team or node to run up, so people can actually support the show directly. But yes, honestly, I wouldn't know how to get started myself.
Maybe one of the community members can help you out.
Well, yes, maybe they could reach out. Here we go.
The bat signal is out. The bat
That's
signal
right.
is
That's right. So, okay, keep moving on with IAM news. This was actually happened last week or the week before, but their dashboard is live, so you can actually connect your wallet and you can see what's in the index fund, how much it's holding. It's all live, which is fantastic. And just a shout out here, so this has actually been built by uh, Alex Vibovid, the team that put through a CPS fund, and they're actively trying to build new things in the Icon ecosystem through CPS funding. So they actually reached out to the PREP team, and IAM Asset Management had some work for them, and they've delivered. Hopefully, if you're listening to this, they have the ability to ramp up devs and things like that. So if you're a dev and looking for devs, get in touch with me or Alex directly, and you guys can start talking, and they can help you out. But this is great. I know this has been something the Icon Asset Management community have been asking for a while, and the team have been trying to work through it. So they finally got it live. Okay, and next up, so this has just come out, Pixels. We have a launch date, 26th of November. So the eggs will go on sale. So make sure, if you're excited about this project, I know I am, get involved. 26th of November, 7 p.m. UTC time. Don't ask me what that is. It's all time zones. Oh,
I'm writing that down right now. That's good
excellent.
information.
Excellent. Then, this is good. So, the community driven ad campaign. So, we saw Digital Fox Media. Is it Digital Fox Media? Boundary Media. He put out a series of tweets. Digital Dave got involved, and now they're giving a bit of an update to the community of how much they've spent. So $213, and the impressions it's gone through. So if you haven't seen this tweet, I encourage you to look through it. But this is, to me, this is fantastic because, again, the community really rallied behind Iron Icon through 50 ICX their way as well, and they have been actively promoting and giving the community feedback on exactly how these tweets have been going. And as I called out last time, the foundation has also gotten behind where they've thrown support to the guys and said any of your graphics and animations, anything you need for your posts, they're on hand, on board, and Jen will produce them and hand them to the guys so that they can use them tweets, which is great to see. It's not like the foundation's not noticing these things happening, and they're getting behind behind the community, behind us, which is fantastic.
Dude, Digital Dave is a beast. He is a
Isn't he?
beast.
He really is, and
He
and
pumps out the threads, he pumps out the content. A beautiful community member. Beautiful.
yes, I agree. He really knows his stuff. I've spoken to him a few times. He's on the ball. This is what he does. Um, as in he's used a word now I can't remember, but he knows his stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah, for
I really
sure.
trust
For
him with
sure.
that, and you can see straight away. Look at him jump into action, transparency, and using the community's funds wisely.
Beautiful.
So. Um, Cool. The next one. Okay, so this is cool. I wanted to give a bit of a spotlight. Our community member who won one of the HX57 uh, bounties. I was going to say bribes, bounties. He has now just, the community really rallied behind him, so he's just started making content. And so as the first one, what he's decided to do is kind of put a bit of content around all the P reps. So he's given, the first one is around IAM, and it is hosted on another community member built site, which is the My Community, which we've also talked about on the show. There's a community member, he's built in a site that aggregates all the icon information. It's brilliant. I love it. And is featured Iron Icon in there. Thank you. And now we had another community member who wrote something, won a competition, but thanks to the community's reaction, he's now getting in there and just writing more stuff, which is exactly uh, originally with the pitch for HX57, which is what I hoped, envisioned happening, and we're seeing that happening. So hopefully we see more of this keep coming out as more bounties come through the pipeline. Gangster bet. Ooh. Now we have cars. I love it. Look at it. It looks so
Oh
gangster
man,
like.
I saw that and I was so excited. I was like, "What are they cooking up over there?"
Yeah, can't wait. It's evolving and it's evolving quick, which is great to see. Apart from this, yeah, as they say, probably nothing. But I did get a breakdown about their two tokens. I won't talk about it. We'll save it for another show, and we'll talk through how GBet and why they've got a GG as a governance token, and they believe it was the right steps. And I agree. It makes it fairer. But it's cool things. The team's just building and doing a ton of cool things. Can't wait. Um, Next up, so they've hit the spotlight. Tamashi, I believe Brian works on this in the background as well. So this has been quite the hit. The collection just sells out every time within a few minutes. So just a shout out there. And I see some people are saying, how do you get the spotlight? I recall back in the day I asked this question and they said to me, and I don't know if this is the truth or still is relevant, but basically if your collection starts selling and is one of the top sellers, it automatically comes into the spotlight. So it's not who you know, it's just how much demand there is for your NFTs gives you that spotlight.
Hey Fez, have you
Yes.
ever thought about maybe sponsoring an artist to create some Ion Icon NFTs?
I haven't. I have had a few ideas, but again, honestly, man, it comes down to just time. Um,
Yeah, I hear you.
for me, like so between this and organizing interviews and then trying to make educational content and day job, I haven't been able to um, dedicate as much to it. But
I
that
hear
that's
you.
a
I
good
hear you.
that's a good idea. I mean, what I did do is I did get my son involved. He's quite the drawer, so he came up with this pigs idea. I was like, sure, NFT it out because, and so he's got a collection going, which is fun. And I've been
Oh,
terrible
that's
at that.
neat.
Yeah, and I've been terrible at that. He's got all these pigs, and I still have to upload an entire new range, and it's just sitting on my hard drive. I'll get to it. I'll get to it. Shame on me. Um, yeah. Okay, look, I think that's all the news we have. As I said, a quick summary, a bit of a rehash. To close it out, have you got another chart for us
Yeah, we
by
have the ETH
chance?
chart. I mean,
Okay, let's do it. Let's keep this quick and then we'll close it out. What are we looking at? Daily time frame. Ooh, come on, ETH. Make me some money. It's over to you. Oh, no audio. Oh,
hello, hello.
hey, there we go. That
Can you
was
hear me?
my bad. My bad. I kicked you out because I just wanted to look at the chart myself. Um,
I was like, "Oh no, my computer's messing up." My computer's messing.
okay,
Okay,
how are we doing?
we're looking at Ethereum,
Yep.
and we're looking at the daily chart. Of course, we're looking at the channel. You know, I love my channels.
Mm,
We have the value down here, value area down here, value area down here. We have been price action has been respecting this channel really well, and I have this trend, this bearish trend that leads into our bullish trend.
yep.
Um, ideally, ideally, like just looking at this right here, I don't want to see us go follow this trend all the way to the bull trend. Ideally, I would like to see us hold this weekly. What are we at? This weekly support, which would be 39,970, yeah,
Yep.
979, so
Yep.
3,979.
Yep.
You can see we're right above it right now with this daily candle. Uh, let me zoom in a little bit. You can see we have the 50 moving average that's coming up right here, and then the
Ah, yes,
VWAP
yes.
that's coming down here.
Yep.
Um, I want to see us bounce off of this and test these levels and kind of break out of this trend. But this is how the daily chart's looking. It's To me, this is looking like it might consolidate for a little bit and gather enough strength to break this trend. It's nice that we caught on this weekly.
Yep.
Uh, you know, we have some previous price action down here, and I guess just to break it down a little bit more, just to see what the next moves would be. I know there's a lot of lines. I know. Bear with me. I'm sorry.
How could you?
All right. So this was yesterday's, or this is last session, and this is a new session opening up, like we were talking about earlier, the Asia
Yep.
session. Um, we opened up and we started one time framing up, and we had some rejection right here. Um, you can see this is the value area high. So in a sense we had some rejection off value area high, and now we are trading
So
down
that's
below this.
4,100, and now we've come down to the 4,000 mark.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep.
And on the daily, you can see it caught on the week on this weekly support, which is 33979.
Yep.
Uh, I would like to see us just come back in value. Test the point of control, which aligns with this VWAP, and kind of make our way up to this moving average, and then this, these levels up here.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Let's hope. At the moment, I haven't. Yeah. Oh, he. Look, I think even where you've drawn that support at 3.9, I think in the 4 hour it had a double bottom on the left hand side. Look, I just have one question for you. I know you mentioned about the channel. Like when you look at the daily, we've this seems like a huge drop out of the channel. Like even when you're
Yes, sir.
looking, so does that have you concerned? Usually the other drops has only just pivoted out for a little day or so and then come back. This is like days it's dropped out.
Not so much because I'm not looking at the channel like I do value. I look
Yeah,
at the channel like a fast track of a bull market or a bullish move. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So you can see this channel is like it's inclined pretty high. This is like some steep price action.
mhm,
So
mm,
I'm not too concerned that we had some like rejection out of it. Uh, Honestly, I'm once we kind of set up and break this bearish trend, and if we follow along this bullish trend, I'm probably gonna have to uh figure out how I can look at this channel a little bit differently. But all
mm,
I'm looking at the channel is kind of like a fast track escalator. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You can see how
yeah,
steep the price action is.
yeah, yeah.
That's a
No,
good question,
okay.
though. That's a good question.
Yeah. Cool, cool. Okay. Look, I think we'll leave it at that. This was your news and literally charting mania. I hope I had the right screen displayed. But Bearish Bull, thank you so much for last minute just coming on the show and spending the hour and doing so many breakdowns. If you were listening on the podcast and struggled to keep along, we do apologize, but definitely one to zone in on YouTube so that you can follow along and look at Bearish Bull, point out things where they are. But
Yeah,
otherwise,
I just want
yeah.
to interrupt you and say I'm sorry. I did not keep that in mind that you do have listeners and not
No.
viewers with the podcast. So just tune in to the YouTube, and you'll see Fez's beautiful face.
Ah, thanks, thanks. No, 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 all good. Really, again, thank you, everyone listening. Thanks for sticking around for the whole show. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this content. That's how we get noticed in the ecosystem. And until next time, and we have some cool stuff coming up. Maybe Traveler and Project Nebula, and a few more interviews getting lined up. So can't wait to bring them to everyone. But as always, Bearish Bull, thank you. Everyone, thank you for listening. Chat soon.
Cheers.